A very interesting concept of singularity in black holes and how is it related to meditation. I was watching some of the developments of black holes and how they behave and how would people observe it, the one going inside and the one going outside. So the one going inside would see everything played faster. He would see the end of the world maybe when he gets to singularity. The one who is outside would just see him stuck outside the event horizon. And he would see that he's not moving and he's at that place and that's it. If you try to mimic this and think about this and what's going on in meditation, when you go into a state of meditation, you would see your future, your past, you would see all the events, time would not be a factor in observation. You could go back and forth, um, changing things back and forth by hints. That's something that's complicated. I'm going to talk about that. But yeah, when you are moving inside a black hole, you would see exactly the same things which would you would see in meditation. And singularity in a way means that you would be timeless. You would be at all places at the same time. If you bring it out on a level of how humans behave on a social level, you would be genderless because you would see your lifetimes in different gender and in different roles. So you would feel that everything is everything that you have been thinking is all just wrong. You will see the future that already exists based on your balance of karma. So it's a place where you see everything, past and future, different places, being in different places, want to be different people. If you want to be rich, what would happen? If you want to be poor, what would happen? There is a caution here. If you want to be rich using the same system setting, then it would come at a cost. So if you have the computation power, you can actually understand what would happen to you if you make those choices. And if you have that computation power, you could understand that the outcomes are exactly the same. Whether you are rich, whether you are poor, whether you take that outcome. The reason for that is uh, your current stage is based on the karmas that you have accumulated over different lifetimes. So you cannot change that in a moment. So and that's where point 5 comes into the into the picture, which is the simulation theory, because all your karmas are taking you into a certain trajectory. So right now, if you exercise free will, you still get what you deserve in a way, and you can be rich, but you cannot take system settings. So when you get into the position of singularity, you start to think that space time, parallel universes being created in all your choices, all of them you can see, and it's very similar to what would happen at the model of singularity. Um, so this is very similar to the movie Interstellar. Well, if you observe the ending of the movie, he goes back in time because he is into singularity, and he used gravitational waves to signal him what he has to do. So it's like a time loop. You go back in time and you tell what you have to do, and that's going to lead to where you are. So it's like a time loop feedback where you go into the past, do something so that things happen so that you get a particular future. He used gravitation waves in communicating the past. How would we communicate the past and change our decision? It's an interesting question. So gravitation was used in that movie. Now, when we look at the biggest singularity that's closest to us, we know that there is a big black hole with a lot of light surrounding it, which is also the brightest star. Somebody might think of it as when you look at merging your soul with infinite in all religion or in all theories, it says that you can either merge into singularity and never come back, or you could be just out of the singularity where it's a high energy level state. Were they pointing out to the center of the galaxy where we have the black hole, and We have a very lightning, big light region and a high energy region outside the black hole. Maybe, but the idea of being there and not merging into singularity on a philosophical level also is very interesting, because if you merge yourself in singularity, everything that's outside does not make sense to you. So going close to the singularity and not merging it from your time frame is interesting, because people who are sitting outside, they would only see you till the time you get close to the singularity, because for them it would stop at that time. And that's why they use an analogy that this body and this soul is like a mini world with all the things, uh, and the singularity exists in the Christ chakra, or the final chakra, which is at your head. And just before that, the second last chakra in your third eye, you get everything. That's the point where you see the future, you see the past, and that's how they use the conventions, that if you merge yourself with singularity, which means that if you go above your third eye, then you merge with the singularity, and then you have no point to return back, because then you know everything. You are the infinite. But till the time you are on the third eye, you can see the past, you can see the future, you can do some computation of free will, you can change your lifestyle, you can start chanting, you can start meditating on the singularity to understand what it is, and gain power from them to be not distracted. So you can still be in high energy level. So it's a kind of interesting way how the black hole singularity and the singularity in meditation are being used in a parallel way. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching.